Hello people. I just had something happen not that long ago. Just out taking a walk again. And let's just say I would consider it something that's been going on for probably 2 to 3 to 4,000 years. And it was basically what I define as toxic masculinity. Masculinity has been described as a lot of things, I'm sure, but it had to do with the size of a man's unit, whatever you want to call it. And that to me has always been basically just like, how does that define you as a man? Whether you're, I've heard of inches, 1, 2, 3 inches. I've heard of 15 inches. I don't know how that has ever been defined as a manhood. And I basically said, when this was being talked about, I said, but now it's proven a woman can only handle up to, I believe it's 6, 7 inches, which is average size. And it still is talked about to this day. My own brother was one of them. That it was somehow defining if you had a big one or a little one. And I just sit back and laugh at all sides of it because I've seen people brag about it and they're very tiny. And then I've had people brag not at all, and they're the ones that are like, eh. I've had good conversations with brothers, friends. And that to me is just toxic, to try to define your manliness over the size of your reproductive organ. Hi, Luke. Nice. My kids just came back up from the creek. I'll talk more about it, because I believe there should be a balance in everything. You should be proud of what you want to be proud of, but to actually define other human beings by that definition, that just seems very silly and out of control. Oh, don't hit your hand on the thing.
You can just touch it, but not,
But feel free to comment about what more you think about that, because I was raised with it. I see a lot of people that were raised with it, and that absolutely means nothing in the scheme of things. No matter where you look at any kind of honor code between men, between knights, all the different definitions of chivalry, that doesn't come into play. That was something that was mass produced on a global scale to say, that means something. It's never meant anything to me in a brawl. But leading by example has always been more manly than trying to define yourself by that. If you ask my kids. She just goes, what? I have 2 sons and my daughter, and I'm going to raise them to understand equality and neutrality rather than judging somebody by something external, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder is an old saying, or the definition of a human being is based on a lot more than just appearances. It's what happens when you lock eyes with somebody that lets you know a glimpse into that person's soul, I guess you'd say. You can be unnerved just by looking at a toxic man. He can make a woman feel uneasy. He can make a man feel like, ooh, defensive.
Daddy, I'm gonna go give Mommy my.
That's a good idea. Yeah, these are the first blooms in this area.
I'll be back.
Little white bellflowers. Go ahead. I'm coming soon. Just try not to keep yourselves
Dad, can you take my
so reliant on something so trivial as external
something?
appearance. There's a lot more to life than just being a visual storyteller. If you can create a story visually, that's a powerful thing, but don't let trivial things define your masculinity. We only need to be men sometimes, and that's to fight against toxic masculinity. I'll talk to you later, people.